Ahoy VC, welcome to the Personal Oasis. This is the Blind Island. I'm your host Isaac, and today we're going to just go through a few different things. I'm going to go through a little life update first, and then maybe I'm going to show you some vinyl finds, then a contest update, and we'll wrap up from there. But first, let's go through the life update. I have been feeling incredibly burnt out recently. I know that a lot of people in the vinyl community probably feel the same thing sometimes. I know that I've seen a couple of videos on burnout and depression and just life in general. I think Brian over at Shamrock and Records had one of the best videos about it, where he just got real, dropped any pretense and facade, and just spoke with his subscribers and his community. And that's basically what I want to do, and just say, you know, I didn't post any videos this past week, and it wasn't because I was busy or because life was crazy. It's just I really didn't feel like doing it. Just kind of not feeling it. And I know that those are the times when you're supposed to be really trying harder to push through, but sometimes the creative spark just isn't there. I've worked on a couple of different ideas for videos. I am currently working on a playlist of A through Z songs and from different albums, from different genres and years, but I get started on it and I get frustrated and I just toss it. And that's kind of been what a lot of my projects have been recently. And I know that it's tough. I want to share music. I want to share reviews, and I want to share things with people, but sometimes I watch my own videos and I hate the words coming out of my mouth. I think that I'm not a very articulate individual, and kind of like I don't even know what I'm talking about sometimes. Yeah, maybe this is a bit too much to share, but just being honest and being true. And I know that this isn't necessarily the way to gain subscribers or build your base, but just think that it's important to share. And I also think that you guys come here not just for the music, but for the personality. And I wanted to just kind of share a little bit more about what's going on. And you know what? I'm not going to try to pretend. I'm gonna just keep on. I'll post videos when I feel like it, but and I know that no one else expects anything other than that from me. But I just felt like I needed to be honest, because a week went by, I didn't post a single video, and I felt kind of weird about it, but I also felt kind of ambivalent, and definitely need to just kind of take care of my mental health and take care of what's going on. Lots of transitions going on in the personal life, and just a lot of changes, and want to make sure that I'm still giving the best possible content that I can, but not going to beat around the bush. So enough sad sack talk. That was just a quick life update. I figured since we're here and we're talking a little bit about that, I'm going to talk more about the contest. We've had a few more people sign up for the contest. Really great submissions. One and all, everybody is sharing some really great music. You guys always share such great stuff with me, and I'm so happy about that. That's one of the reasons I love hosting a contest, because I think that in the end, you guys share more with me than I ever could share with you. And so thank you very much for everyone who is subscribed to that. And I believe that we have about 14, 15 in there now, and if you want to sign up, I'll include the link to the rule video below. But yeah, just go for it. And then while we're here, I'm gonna do some vinyl finds. Now, just because I've been feeling ambivalent about making videos doesn't mean I feel ambivalent about digging. I know that I said I was gonna slow down, but I know that sometimes when I'm feeling kind of down, depressed, I want to go around record stores or antique malls, because they're the places that make me feel good. And I found a few goodies this past week, so I thought that I'd share them with you. So first off, we have the Birds with Dr. Birds and Mr. Hyde. This was a 1968 record, I want to say. Came out shortly after Sweetheart of the Rodeo, and it's definitely, it's a bit of a hit and miss album, but I was able to find it for $2, and I couldn't say no for that price. For a great band, I love their version of This Wheel's on Fire. Really, really good stuff. Then I found a record that I've been wanting to get at a decent price for a long time, and that's David Byrne and Brian Eno's My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. It's great experimental avant-garde rock album, really great instrumentals. I know that this one has been shared a little bit in the VC, but I feel like it brings in the quirkiness of David Byrne and the stark asceticism of Brian Eno very well. It's a collision of two personalities that mesh wonderfully. So highly suggest that people try and seek that one out. Then I got The Ventures, self-titled. This is their second LP after their first one, Walk, Don't Run. And this one, a lot of people lump The Ventures into surf rock music, and yes, they had a lot to do with the development of the surf sound, but they definitely weren't a surf rock group per se. And this one is a great example of it. They hit a lot of different types of sounds and a lot of different types of genres on here. It's a very pleasant listen. I wouldn't say that it's anything that's mind-blowing, but I love their version of Harlem Nocturne on here. It's great, a great Halloween type song. I would definitely put that on a Halloween playlist, and it's just very, very enjoyable, and I highly recommend it. Then I have one that is really, really cool, and that's the 13th Floor Elevators, The Psychedelic Sounds Of. And, I've been looking for this album for quite some time, and I found it at a record store in Oshkosh. This is a 2001 reissue on red vinyl. I don't know if you can see it very well in that casing, but it's on nice clear red vinyl. Excellent press. I believe that I mentioned it wasn't an Italian press, and wonderful reproduction of the gatefold. The original liner notes on the back with the psychedelic gatefold on the inside. Wonderful slice of psychedelic music, and I know that this one has been shared quite a bit in the VC, as it should be, because it is a classic, and I definitely believe that it is worth seeking out. Originals cost a tremendous amount of money. I think like almost $800 for an original pressing, and I was not going to be spending that much, but $20 for a 2001 repress was right in the budget. Then I have an album by an artist called Ray Crawford. He goes by H. Ray Crawford here, and it's called It's About Time. This is a great jazz blues record. For fans of Tom Waits' Blue Valentine, Ray Crawford was the guitarist for that record, and he just has this wonderful 70s drenched reverb. I would even give it a jazz funk style, but very, very light funk, not heavy, but wonderful grooves and licks throughout, It's a sleeper album on the private pressing. You can find copies of this for about $5, and I highly recommend that you pick it up. Then onto the really cool stuff I think that I found was Funkadelic, America Eats Its Young. And I got this for $2 in a bargain bin. It needed a little cleaning. It's not in the best of shape, but it plays through without any skips or problems. And man, this is a great album. And the liner notes on the inside are really where it got me. Just a wonderful gatefold, really lovely artwork here. And the message that's inside is very pertinent to today. And I'm just going to read a little bit of it. And it says, we are all America, all part of the pain and suffering and the agony of America, all feeding the agony and conflict of America, whether we are for or against or indifferent and unconcerned, whether we care or not. We will all be concerned in the outcome of America, even if we don't feel concerned now. We all share the future. What does America need most? What are our children lacking? How can we banish evil? What can we give to our enemies? Who is Satan? Christ help us. We are lost, lost in our fury, lost in our blame, lost in our apathy. Call to us, call to us. I just think that it is an album with a tremendous amount of resonance here in today's America, and it really spoke to me. It's powerful, psychedelic, funky record, released right between those times when they were really going from their psychedelic noodling into the heavy P-funk of Cosmic Slop, and a great transition album. So, wonderful record. And then finally, one that I'm very excited about is this Candido. Beautiful, very, very wonderful record. Excellent, just jazz funk. Solid Latin rhythms by the man with 1,000 fingers, was what his name was. And found this one for $10, usually around a $30, $35 record. And very, very happy to have it in the collection. And I'm a huge fan of jazz funk, huge fan of jazz in general, and very happy to have this Blue Note in the collection. So guys, that was the video. I know it's a little bit more downbeat than usual, but I just figured I should share life with you guys. You know, I know it's a tough time, just for a lot of people in general, and I don't think that we should be pretending that's not. I think that we should be real with each other and speaking truth into each other's lives. I hope that you're all doing very well. I hope that you're able to find some peace, and I hope that you guys all have your own great day on your own personal oasis. Cheers.